The other day, I bought this LEGO Ninjago set at Bendigo Bricks, a local LEGO convention, mainly because I didn't own it, but something that surprised me was the fact that I had actually forgotten this set existed up until this point, which gave me the idea for this video. So today, we'll be taking a dive into some of Ninjago's weirdest sets ever released. And I'm going to be classifying weird as something that is released or presented differently than the usual Ninjago way, because if we were to look at weird from a real life perspective, then technically every Ninjago set falls into that category. So without further ado, let's get into it. Yes, the first set on today's list is the Ninjago Brickheads from the intro, and this set is supremely weird for a few reasons. Firstly, this is only the third LEGO Ninjago Brickheads ever made, after a Wu and Lloyd from the Ninjago movie. This set released in 2021 to celebrate Ninjago's 10th anniversary, which makes perfect sense, a novel little set like this to celebrate the theme's longevity. But what's really strange about this one is the choice of characters that they included. First and foremost, you have Legacy Gold and Lloyd, which is very fitting. Lloyd is Ninjago's main character after all, and he has always been central in the branding for the theme. But then you have Firstborn, a choice that completely baffles me. If you don't remember, Firstborn was a character from Ninjago's 9th season. She is dubbed the mother of all dragons and was the first mortal dragon born after the Source Dragons. Bear in mind, this set released around the same time that Ninjago's 14th season released, so Firstborn had not been relevant in the show for about 3 years by that point. I also think that the Brickheadz version doesn't really look like her. So much so that when I first saw this set, I actually wondered what that was supposed to be. I suppose you could make the argument that this is significant enough to be included, because she was at the time considered to be the first ever in-universe dragon. The concept of Source Dragons was of course not introduced until 2023. But then, if that's the case, then what in the world is the reason for the third inclusion here, which is Nia in her Jungle Samurai X robe from season 4 in 2015. This is absolutely and unequivocally the weirdest choice in the whole set to me. What relevance does a version of Nia from 6 years prior have to do with anything? Was it the last Nia figure at the time? Absolutely not. Was it the last Samurai X figure at the time? Also no. Does this suit play an important show role in any capacity? Not at all. Colour me pretty confused. If I had to pick some characters to go in here instead, I probably would have gone with Lloyd, Garmadon and Wu, although that would have been the second of both of those first characters. An even better choice would have been to make a Brickheadz 6-pack with the whole team, or release 3 different dual packs with Kai and Zane in one, Cole and Jay in another, and Lloyd and Nia in the last, seeing as those are the character combinations they tend to go with the most. This set is also very strangely named Ninjago 10, probably one of the vaguest titles of any Ninjago set. It was also a LEGO exclusive, and I don't actually shop at LEGO stores that much, which explains why I never saw it and forgot that it actually exists. I would absolutely love for LEGO to make more Ninjago Brickheads, but it has been 6 years since this one, so I'm not sure how likely that possibility actually is. Next up, we have the Ninjago Bricktober packs. These were both part of LEGO's Bricktober series back in 2017 and 2018. The first one of these was released as a Toys R Us exclusive and was available during a certain month that rhymes with Block Sober. However, Toys R Us was also liquidating at the time, which apparently made this much more difficult to find than it should have been, leading to it greatly appreciating in value since its initial release, where it costed only $19.99 USD. The included figures are a Nindroid Sentry from Season 4, Neuro also from Season 4, Young Acronics from Season 7, and Golden Kai from Season 3, but with some liberties taken in terms of design. Also yes, I did open my sealed copy of this set just for this video, but who am I kidding? I'm a collector, not a reseller. These are all very good figures. Neuro is probably the standout because he was one of the notorious Season 4 Elemental Masters. Golden Kai is also great, but we only ever got a Golden Zane after this. And there's no sign of a Golden Jay or Cole coming soon. There's also no gold half mask either, so it is still impossible to make a purist Golden Kai or Zane. At least we have the torsos. I should mention that I also got this set at Bendigo Bricks. In fact, that was only the second time I've ever seen it in person. Then there was the 2018 version, which is slightly less exclusive. Notice how the box just says limited edition and doesn't bear the Toys R Us logo. And it has slightly less exciting figures, but was still a very nice little collection to get. And if Toys R Us hadn't collapsed or Barnes & Noble had taken over the Bricktober line like it seemed that they were going to do at the time, then I wonder where it would be today. But speaking of Elemental Masters, let's take a look at the Elemental Masters minifigure pack from 2017, a sequel to the 2016 accessory pack. It seems like around the 2015 to 2017 time period, there was some kind of a saint working inside of LEGO, who was dedicated to giving us fans exactly what we wanted, because the number of long-awaited and needed Ninjago figures has significantly decreased in recent years, down to the occasional 1 or 2 figures drip-fed to us in a Ninjago City set. But here I present a now rare example of LEGO throwing us a bone, with the Ninjago accessory pack from 2017, another Bendigo Bricks acquisition. This pack gave us 3 elemental masters, the never before seen Shade and Ash, and a new outfit for Skylar, all exclusive to this pack. The detail here is really nice and a major step above the average quality we get on Ninjago figures today. I'm pretty sure this set and its 2016 predecessor were just LEGO exclusive sets that you could buy, although I get the feeling that most of the items on this list were released outside of Australia, because apart from dedicated LEGO conventions, I've never seen any of these sets physically, and with most of them there are no Bricklink or eBay listings inside of Australia, but I could be wrong of course. And in a similar vein, we have the Stone Armor Cole pack from 2016. This is a very unique little set which contains Stone Armor Cole, a figure based upon the final episode of Ninjago Rebooted. This set has the Day of the Departed packaging, and there's nothing else in there apart from a figure and a sword. This continued the trend of releasing Stone Armor figures exclusively. After the initial 3 in the Battle for Ninjago City in 2014, we had Stone Armor Kai in a Target gift set in 2015, Stone Armor Jay in the Ninjago Character Encyclopedia 2nd edition in 2016, and Cole was the final entry into this little sub-theme. After seeing the detail on the last 3 figures, I almost wish that Zane and Lloyd had appeared in some special promotional set, just so that they'd have printed legs. It's also strange that Kai is the only one who has pearl dark grey shoulder pads instead of flat silver. But the point is that they all appeared in strange and unconventional sets. I think Darth should also get a mention because his first minifigure appeared in a Toys R Us exclusive poly bag. Ninjago is no stranger to poly bags, but I believe this is the only one to contain an exclusive minifig. There's also a heap of weird Ninjago related items that don't actually contain LEGO itself. I mean, what kid doesn't want a Kai mousepad, a Kai alarm clock, a Kai headlamp, a set of Ninjago erasers, or a Ninjago ID card? But in all seriousness, if you don't own all of these, like, what are you doing? Are you even a real Ninjago fan? It's sad to see that LEGO has really stopped doing this kind of thing in recent years. Apart from the occasional blister pack or something like the Builder minifigure Aaron and Sora, they really only make the main sets as well as 2 poly bags a year, and that's honestly quite disappointing because Ninjago still to this day has so many figures that need to get made, and we aren't getting Ninjago CD sets often enough for those to keep up with the never-ending flow of new characters being introduced into the show. We also have the occasional book like The Secret World of the Ninja with Samurai Lloyd, but even those are few and far between these days. I also wish we had gotten a figure that was, canon to the show, but Samurai Lloyd is still cool in his own way. But what do you think? Should LEGO continue to make weird and wacky items like this and continue to give us figures in unconventional ways, or is the way they do it now perfectly fine? Let me know down in the comments below, and leave a like if you'd like to see a part 2 to this video. Thank you for watching. That's been all for today folks. Have a great day and see you in the next video.